Hey guys, and thanks so much for joining me on my channel today. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are not, welcome back. I've got another what's for dinner video for you guys. This time this video is extra fun because I am collabing with my sweet friend Shauna, or you may know her as Mrs. Dickinson. She's got awesome content. I absolutely love all of her videos. She does literally everything. She's just adorable and she's super funny. So I know you guys are going to love her. So definitely check out her channel. She's got lots of great stuff on there. But let's go ahead and get into this what's for dinner video. Alright guys, so the first thing I made this week was a one pot lemon chicken pasta. This was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So easy, and it was only one pot, which makes it like the best. It was great. So I will of course link below the Pinterest recipe that I took my inspiration from, but I will have to the right hand side here the ingredients that I actually used to make this dish, and I will show you how I made it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm seasoning up and browning my chicken. I also chopped up that onion. I only used half of it and I chopped it up pretty finely. I just felt like that would be pretty good for this recipe because it does call for shallots. So usually when you have shallots, you cut them really small. So that's why I did that. You can cut them any way you want. You can omit the onion. I know a lot of people don't like onion, but I love it. So I'm just, like I said, browning up my chicken here. And once it's a little bit more browned, I'm going to go ahead and start scooping it out, and I'm going to put my onions in with a little bit of butter and add my flour to make the thickener for the sauce. Also, I know I've said this a bunch of times in my videos, but it does bear repeating, that brown on the bottom, get it up. Like, it is so important, like, to the flavor of the dish. Like, you see, I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock just to get all those brown bits up, and you're imparting so much flavor into your dish doing this. If I can give you any piece of cooking wisdom, which I don't have much, it's definitely do not skip that step. So now that I have cooked that flour up just a bit, I'm going to go ahead and repeat the same step again. I'm going to add in the rest of my chicken broth, all the while scraping the bottom to get all that flavor up. Then I'm going to bring this to a boil and add the rest of my ingredients. So I will say I did not have half and half, and that's what the recipe called for. So I just did half cream and half milk, which is what half and half is. So yeah, so I got that in there. I'm adding in my chicken. I used angel hair instead of spaghetti, and of course I put the angel hair in the absolute worst way I possibly could, so I had to work that down in there a little bit. And once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and cover this. The recipe said for 10 minutes, but I used angel hair, so I just did 5. So this is what it looked like for me with angel hair after 5 minutes. I'm just stirring everything up, making sure that no angel hair is stuck to the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and add in a loosely packed cup of spinach. And I will add in my lemon juice and lemon zest, and we will be good to go. Alright, so this is how everything turned out. It was so good, you guys. Oh my goodness. I do have to tell you though, the recipe did call for Parmesan cheese, but somehow, I know it's like a sin, I did not have Parmesan cheese in my house to put in this. I'm sure it would have been delicious as well, because hello, it's cheese, but this was really good anyways, like even without it. So I am thrilled. It was just so good. So super delicious, super easy, and super quick. Alright, so next up, I decided to make a grown-up version of SpaghettiOs. I was inspired by this Wegmans pasta. I've seen it other places, the ring pasta, and I just thought, you know, why not make a grown-up version of SpaghettiOs? Josh just called this the fancy version, but whatever. Either way, it was really good. Alright, so I've got my stew beef here in my slow cooker. I'm going to add in some finely chopped onion just for flavor, and I'm also going to add in my jar of marinara sauce. I added a little bit of beef broth to that just to give it a little extra liquid while it cooks. I'm adding in my seasonings. I'm gonna mix that all up, and I'm gonna put it on high for 4 hours, or you can do it on low for 8. Alright, so as you guys can see, the sauce is reduced pretty much by half. I took the meat out and shredded it, and I'm adding it back to the sauce now. This was so good even on its own. Absolutely delicious. So I am adding in my SpaghettiOs, and I'm going to mix everything together, add just a splash of cream, and we'll be finished. And of course, I have my kitchen partner, Minnie, here just to make sure everything goes right. She's literally the cutest thing in the world. I love her so much. Alright, so here is how my grown-up SpaghettiOs turned out. I think this was my favorite dish of the week, you guys. This was so good. It was just delicious. I love using that meat instead of like ground beef for meat sauce. It's just, it's delicious. It's so good. I really hope you guys try this because I feel like you're gonna love it. Alright, so tonight we did breakfast for dinner. I made kind of a I don't know what you'd say it would be really, a breakfast monkey bread or like a breakfast pull apart bread, but it was super good and it was just so easy to put together, and I'm gonna show you guys how I made it. So I chopped up my onion and pepper and threw them in with my sausage, which I had cooked in a pan. So I've got that in my bowl here, and I'm just chopping up my biscuits. I did a 8 count and a 5 count. I thought that I had 2 5 counts, but whatever. So I just ended up making a little bit more biscuits than I thought I would, but it actually worked out really well because that was the perfect size for the bundt pan. So yay. But I'm just cutting these biscuits, each of them into 6 pieces, and I'm gonna start mixing up everything with the sausage and the veggies and get everything combined. So, just a little heads up, I didn't let my sausage cool all that much with my onions and peppers in it. So pieces of the biscuit started to clump together because it was warm. So maybe do yourself a favor and let your sausage cool a little bit, or your ham or bacon or whatever you want to throw in here, just to be sure that this doesn't happen to you. It was no problem to just separate them. That wasn't an issue. But just for future reference, it clumps them together. So in case you're wondering why this bundt pan is already semi-dirty, it's because I forgot to put the stupid cheese in there. The shredded cheese, I forgot about it, so I had to dump it back in the bowl and put it all in there together. But whatever, I put it in there and it's fine now. Alright, so this is what mine turned out looking like. I'm saying mine as if 5 of us made the same thing. This is what it looks like. It is really good. I really enjoyed it. I put some eggs in the middle because I thought it was cute because there's a little hole in the bundt cake. But, whatever, that's me being weird. But you can definitely serve your eggs on the side like a normal person. But this was really good. It was pull apart bread. It did fall apart, I think, a little bit more because I feel like the sausage grease came out more when it baked. So if you do ham or maybe bacon will do the same thing, I'm not sure, but it was really good anyways. I really enjoyed it. Josh is enjoying it there, but yeah, super fun and super easy. Alright, so my last meal this week is going to be chicken paprikash over egg noodles. This is not the authentic Hungarian chicken paprikash. This is just a quickie version. It's super good though. I was very impressed with how delicious it is, and it's got just such a distinct flavor, and it's really good. Definitely it was like tied for that and the SpaghettiOs one. So I'll show you guys how I made it. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm sauteing some onions up in a little bit of butter. I've got some chicken that I also put with some flour and shook it in a bag. And I'm going ahead and placing that chicken in the pan now to brown up. So I'm going to go ahead and let that go for a little bit until they brown up, and I will show you guys what I do next. So now that everything is brown to my liking, I'm going to put in my paprika. So pretty sure this is where the paprikash gets its name, from paprika. But I added in my paprika, and I'm going to go ahead and put in my chicken stock or broth, and I'm going to let that simmer. I'm going to cover it for 25 minutes, and oop, there's the fog from the steam. I'm going to take my chicken out and add in the remainder of my flour, which is about a tablespoon. And I'm going to go ahead and whisk that in there while it's boiling, and just cook that flour down. And once I'm satisfied with how much that is cooked out, I'm going to go ahead and add in my sour cream. And then once that's all, whisked in, I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken back to it. And that is it. At this point, if the sauce is too thick for you, feel free to add a little bit of chicken stock in there to make it a little bit runnier. Alright, so this is it all plated up. I just boiled up some egg noodles and threw them on a plate. And got a little dried parsley on there to give this a little bit more color. This was fantastic. Like I said, you guys, it was so delicious. I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. So definitely try this out. It actually only took me about 20 minutes. Which is also awesome. It's not even a 30-minute meal, so that was great. But yeah, definitely give this a shot. I absolutely loved it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me this week. Thank you so much for stopping by and seeing what we had for dinner. I hope you guys were able to get some awesome dinner inspiration from this video. If you were, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Also, don't forget to go and check out Shauna's channel. I will have it linked below, as well as her What's for Dinner video. I just know you guys are going to absolutely love her. I hope you guys have a blessed and awesome week, and I'll see you later. Bye!